Good evening, everybody. I 100% screwed up, and I thought I set the time for 9:30, not 9 o'clock. So apologize to anybody that came on early. Not really sure what happened. We do it every Thursday at 9:30, so I'm not sure why it was 9, but apologize. Amit, how are you?
Well, I just had to deal with a lot of shit for people saying I'm late. I didn't know I was late.
Technically, I was late. Technically, I screwed
we're
up.
kind of a team here, so if you fuck up, and you know that everyone's waiting to blame me already, especially on this topic of being late.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I hit 9 instead of 9:30. I don't know why. Anyway, going to get into a lot of stuff tonight. But before we do, please remember, we're not financial advisors. We have no idea what we're talking about. This is for educational and mainly entertainment purposes only. Take everything we say with a grain of salt and always do your own due diligence. So, Amit, earnings season's winding down. Only got a couple more big ones to round out the season. How do you feel earnings season's going so far?
I think it was good. We had about 75% of companies beat. The most important ones that needed to beat did beat. The ones that are down 10, 20%, honestly, they don't matter that much anyway. So I think there's a lot of other issues in the macro that are probably holding the market back in general, but earnings has been great.
I saw your post about option contracts tomorrow. I feel like not enough people realize how important that is to the market.
Yeah, I think a lot of people went long calls on Nvidia, which we'll talk about, at 200. Stock couldn't break above 200, so the market makers that sold them those calls had to sell stock to cover the calls. And I really do think that's why we got hit today. Nvidia probably could stay stuck in a range, but I don't think the market woke up and it was like, oh, that was bad earnings. I really do think there was a lot of option shenanigans, and who knows? Maybe that's the extent of the explanation for Nvidia.
Tend to agree. I think that Nvidia is a victim of his own success. I still think that there's a lot of people that don't believe the numbers. I think there's people still blaming circular financing for things. What are you drinking there, buddy?
Just drinking something.
Tell me that's water, please, because if that's water, you'll be drinking water out of a rocks glass and I'll be drinking milk out of a beer stein.
It's a little something, A little something.
It's water. I mean, we're drinking regular drinks out of alcoholic glasses. This is heroic.
It's a little something,
I mean, I'm going to say it's water because I don't think you'd be drinking gin like that.
Dude, if this was anything other than water, every time I take a sip, I'd just be like, there's no way for me to. No, it's water. That's all.
Oh,
dude, I have to give you Michelle's gift. So I'm seeing Steve next Thursday, right? Yes. Next Thursday. We got a really nice guest. I already teased it a lot. They don't know who it is, but I teased that it's a good one for next Thursday.
All right, so I'm not going to break everybody. So don't tell me that Amit already told everybody.
No. I didn't tell them who it. I just said
no. I know, but last time around they were like, "Oh, Amit told everybody." Amit told everybody.
I think people will be happy with the third guest. And we got some emails today from 2 other relatively large guests. I mean, I think the next couple months could be really fun. If we have a few lined up actually, so it's going to be good. Yeah, it'll be fun. All right, do we start off with Netflix?
Let's start it off.
I mean, you called it, so you might as well explain what happened.
Why do we not have a Steve said this invest fund between the two of us? I swear to God, I'm just going to open a separate account, put money in there, and just give you the information so you can just do everything.
You've said this.
I know.
I want you to actually do it this time.
I'm going to.
Like, just put $1,000 in there, and that's it, and we'll manage it.
Anyway, from the beginning, I didn't think this was going to get done. And I have another prediction. My prediction is, and if it hasn't happened already, I have not looked at X in a couple hours. I'm going to bet several people in Congress and in the Senate are going to be crying about monopoly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not going to say names. I'll put it in the private chat for you. Tell me if you agree. So I put it in the private chat. I believe this person's going to come out and be crying about monopoly and consumer protections, not realizing that if Netflix had gotten the deal, it would have been an even bigger number one. And the combination of Paramount and Warner Brothers, I believe, puts them at number three behind Prime.
Yeah, I think there might be some pushback from Congress now, especially because honestly, they just don't like Larry Ellison either. He has TikTok now, CBS. I mean, the dude's consolidating a lot of control in the media space, so that might be the pushback. But this is the best thing ever for Netflix. I'm so happy. I mean, if you bought this stock at 70, 75, you either bought it on two assumptions. Number one, you bought it because, or three. Number one, you just think Netflix historically got pretty cheap. That's one reason, regardless of the outcome. Number two, you thought even if they have to pay $80 billion for Warner Brothers long-term, it'll be good. Or number three, which I don't know how many people bought it for this reason. I definitely didn't. I honestly just didn't really want to touch it given the Warner Bros. Acquisition because I felt like that would be a long and ugly journey. But the third reason to buy it would be that this shit wasn't going to happen. And that is, to me, more of a speculative gamble. You have to kind of be okay with owning Netflix in the first place to do that. But if you purely did it for that reason, I mean, you're up 20%. It worked.
I think Netflix made the right decision. Let them get paid to walk away. This deal got too expensive for them. And I never thought that this was going to get done because of how much bigger Netflix is than everybody else. Prime is around 230. Netflix is about 325, 335 million.
No, but that's not the reason it didn't get done.
No. I get it, but I'm just saying that that's one of the main reasons why I did not think that this would get through the FTC, because now you give them all the accounts with Paramount. It just makes them so much bigger than everybody else. Two, I really believe there was a Uncle Donald angle in there with Larry Ellison, good old boys club.
But that's also not the reason it didn't happen. The reason it didn't happen is because Warner Brothers offered more money.
No, I get that. But I think that Netflix did not go above because it just wasn't worth it. Because they knew this. I think something shady happened behind the scenes. Look, they went after this. They've said this for so long. Why else wouldn't they?
I'm even more logical than that. I think the offer was increased. Netflix was like, there's no reason to pay this much money. Now, if the offer wasn't increased and Netflix got the deal and then we have to deal with 2 years of lawsuits and FTC antitrust, then 2 years from now, maybe it doesn't happen and people see the spike. It happened in 2 weeks because Paramount offered more. Like, this is not Larry Ellison calls up Trump and says, stop the deal. This is Larry Ellison putting up another $10 billion to stop the deal. Actually 17 because they have to pay the breakup and all that. So to me, Netflix, I mean, if you read their letter, Ted Sarandos just came out today. He was like, this is not an attractive.
Yeah, 32. It's not attractive to them anymore.
Like, that's it. It's that simple. It did it. Like, now, is there some behind the scenes with Trump? But yeah, sure. And I'm sure Trump probably wanted Larry Ellison to, but at the end of the day, Ellison had to pay up. He had to offer more cash to get this to not go through. And the fact that he's leveraging Oracle to do that is crazy.
Do you think this makes companies like Lionsgate more valuable now?
Well, I think every media company theoretically should trade at a discount if the AI stuff.
That's my point. It's like, so Warner Brothers is getting this valuation. You got Lionsgate out there and a couple of other smaller companies, but what we've seen over the past 2 weeks with AI and what you can make, how valuable is Warner Brothers really anymore? I'm not saying there's no value, but I don't know.
So share my screen. Let's review again what exactly Netflix gave up. Paramount now gets HBO, CNN, HBO Max, Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Paramount Plus, Nickelodeon, MTV, Showtime, TNT, Comedy Central, DC, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, SpongeBob, Avatar, Star Trek, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Tom and Jerry, Dora the Explorer. I mean, do we think this was all worth $82 billion is the question. Maybe it's hindsight bias, but no way in hell this was worth $82 billion.
How many subscribers does HBO Max have? 100 plus million?
128.
It's a hard deal to swallow.
Dude, this looks like the dumbest shit ever. It looks like Paramount's going to leverage the crap out of themselves. It looks like Netflix will, in 5 years, get to buy Paramount for half of the value of this if the synergies don't work, which would be hilarious.
Synergies not working is a tall task. I mean, you merge the streaming platforms, you throw everything on one platform, you bundle everything together, you license out some of the stuff to cable TV. I mean, the problem is Warner Brothers has a lot of debt.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, they are inheriting.
They have a lot of debt. What is it, 30-something billion on the balance sheet?
It's like I thought it was 70. Maybe I'm wrong.
No. That's the enterprise value, I believe.
Oh, you're right. 36 billion. Yeah. Yeah.
33.4.
You're right. The synergy should be easy. It shouldn't be hard to offer that content. I guess the question becomes, how do they pay back the debt? And then two, can they incrementally grow the subscriber base with all this content coming together? Theoretically, the answer should be yes, because the best content wins, right?
I got to tell you, the Paramount network without HBO and everything else is incredible content. Now, when you add this, I mean, this is a winner in content. Absolutely.
I pay for HBO Max, so I agree with you.
I pay for, I get HBO Max for free through my HBO subscription through cable, and I pay for Paramount. Combination of those two could be the best streaming service if they put everything together. I don't see a world where they keep both of the streaming platforms up, because why pay all the fees to run two platforms?
Well, the New York Times did report, you can share my screen, that Larry Ellison assured him being Trump, that he would make the media more conservative if he is able to buy more media companies.
And I said that from the beginning, that the entire Trump administration and the entire Trump family would love nothing more than for Larry Ellison to control CNN. I said that from day one. I
forgot he gets CNN now. I just realized.
I said that from day one. So nobody should be dismissing when I say that there was things behind the scenes. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I would not be surprised if a sit down didn't happen or something didn't happen with Netflix, because Netflix could have went to 32.
That's where I disagree. That's where I disagree. There's probably some behind the scenes conversations, but I don't think Netflix wanted to pay more. Or do you think they would be willing to actually?
I think they would have been willing. I think they did a cost benefit analysis and said, what the hell are the chances if Ellison is kicking up this much money? What are the chances that he's not getting assurances that this is going through?
Dude, Netflix should have said 32 to get them to do 33 and just screw them over for the next 10 years and then walk away.
Yeah, at that point, it's a win-win, because they either get the assets or they screw over Paramount.
Yeah, it's...
Well, we'll never know, but I think this was the right move for Netflix. I mean, last night I said, if this deal does not go through for Netflix, watch it go back to 110, 120. I can absolutely see it. I think at this valuation, it was not worth it from a numbers standpoint for Netflix. And while they're missing out on one of the greatest crown jewels in media, I don't know that in 10 years it's going to matter anymore with the way AI is going right now. I agree with you on that.
Well, that's the thing. What if Netflix takes this money and just invests more in AI?
100%.
I don't know if the stock recovers to 120 that easily, though. I still think this macro is a little tough.
Maybe not easy, but there is a good investment case for it.
Yeah, it'll definitely get back there. Whereas the reason at 70 was scary is because, like, 70 to 120 is a big jump, and it's going to take years for this thing. So it's like, it's kind of...
Look, if I'm Netflix, I'm doing three things right now. Okay. One, I'm implementing buybacks at this price. I'm going to take half of that money and use it for buybacks at these prices. 2, I'm pivoting and I'm going to stop looking at movies. I'm going to stop looking at TV. I'm going to start looking at sports and what teams I can acquire. You got 3 franchises that are publicly traded companies that I know of, maybe 4. You have the Braves, you have MSG, which is Rangers and Knicks, and you got Manchester United. Go buy professional teams and put them only on Netflix. And then if you want, you can license it out for X amount of games per year to other networks. But I'm doing that, and I'm also investing in AI and working on being able to prompt your own stuff for an upgraded fee. Because I do think that's the future. Whether that's 5 years, 10 years away, I think that's the future.
I love the sports idea. I don't know how much the leagues would love Netflix owning it, but sports is what gets people to watch.
Yeah, I mean, when you get sports teams, it's not just the media, it's the merchandise. There's a lot of benefits to it. Asset on the balance sheet.
You know the sleeper company that wins because of all this?
Who? Comcast? Disney?
Share my screen. Robin Hoodie. Did you see this post I did?
No, I did not.
So Robinhood publishes their top 10 assets every month. For the longest, all these names look pretty normal, but GameStop was on this list. In January, GameStop was replaced by none other than Netflix, which means retail on Hood bought the freaking dip. For it to be a top 10 asset on the platform, like Robinhood accounts just went up 10% today across the board with Netflix.
Okay.
Now, maybe they bought the dip at 90 and they're breaking even, but the point is, it's good for Netflix users. I mean, it's another win for retail. They ditched GME, they picked Netflix, and it makes sense too. Netflix is such a household brand name that retail probably was like, why is this thing down 50%? And now, boom.
Got a ton of growth. It's trading at a good multiple.
And it's Netflix will be around 20 years from here. So
100%. I mean, Netflix isn't getting smaller.
Yeah, that's for sure. Even
though you thought the Rip sucked.
Dude, the Rip was so bad. Tanner's out of his mind. It's a dumbass movie. I'm convinced you guys just don't understand how to watch movies or how to analyze cinema. I really don't think you guys.
I am pretty sure that you're the wrong person to make that statement, but you know what? I'm taking you to go see Heat 2 when it comes out, and I'm going to see if you can sit through it.
Okay, so do you guys know that, what's his name? Christian Bale and Leo are in Heat 2?
And the guy who played freaking Kylo Ren, what's his name? What the hell's his name?
How would I know, Steve, out of all people? But Christian Bale and Leo are legit.
Adam Driver.
I don't know what that is.
Really?
Who the hell's Adam Driver?
I'm bringing up his picture. You would know him if you saw him.
Oh, I've seen this guy.
Yeah. So the 3 of them are in Heat 2.
Well, Heat 1 sucked, so hopefully this one's
Heat
better.
1 is one of the greatest movies of all time.
So stupid, bro. I wasted 3 hours.
Oh my God, Amit. Anyway. So I don't think a lot of people are really surprised about Netflix not getting this done and walking away. Let's see what happens. I'm super happy for Paramount because I think it's going to make for what is the best streaming service, and I'm super excited about it.
All right, so Netflix gets the W. Do we do Zeta first or NVIDIA?
Whatever you want to.
I think let's quickly do Zeta, get that out of the way, and then we'll spend time on NVIDIA. So you and I are both in this. I started buying around this price in December. Got up to 24, got down to 14. I think it fell with all the SaaS names. I thought the numbers they put up 2 days ago were unbelievable. And my conviction in them at a $4 billion market cap, now GAAP profitable, stock-based comp is coming down as a percentage of free cash flow, 18th straight beat and raise, CEO talking shit about his competitors in a respectful way, enough to let people know, hey, we're taking market share heavily. Like, I like this name a lot right here. And it could fall back to 14 if all the SaaS names fall. I kind of expect that to happen. But I like this here.
Yeah, a lot of free cash flow. You're at about 185 million free cash flow. It's now, like you said, on a quarterly basis. I mean, they just put up 6.5 million in net income. Not first, but
it's
second
after
profitable
quarters.
quarter.
The operating leverage, they will never not be profitable.
Yeah. From an operating income standpoint, is the second consecutive. That's never happened before.
Yep.
And when I do the math, I think that this is significantly undervalued. And I said it from the time when I started the position. This reminds me of a baby Palantir from the numbers, baby SoFi from the numbers, the way that they work their way to getting profitable. And I think it's only going to grow. You have acceleration in revenue expected from the consensus estimates.
The net revenue retention was 128%.
It's amazing. Maybe they get to 130, 135. We don't know. 2026 is going to be a big year from them. When you listen to what they're saying about the customer engagement of the conferences and what they are expecting the Athena platform to do, the Marigold acquisition, I am super bullish on this company. And I don't think that they would be going to this extent on X and all the interviews if they really weren't the real deal.
Yeah, and I also think they are not going to have the 19th quarter in a row be the one where they don't beat and raise, or the 20th, or the 21st. I mean, literally the press release says Zeta delivers 18th straight. Like, there's no way in hell David Steinberg is going to mess up that title for the next, hopefully forever. You know,
well, how about this? 16 straight quarters of 20% revenue growth year over year and 20 consecutive quarters of expanding adjusted EBITDA margins.
This feels like a layup. The only thing that might screw us is, and I really need to do a bigger deep dive on two things. A, the lawsuit against them, which I think is a nothing burger, but I need to look into it. And then two, why did Trade Desk fall off a cliff? And I think Zeta's fundamentally different, but I need to have a better and I don't think Trade Desk is necessarily first-party data. It's a totally different moat, but I think it would be important to understand why the market is still depressing it at these multiples. And if it's just the market that hasn't discovered it yet, then all right, that's very similar to a lot of other names.
I mean, they're serving 51% of the Fortune 100 companies. And when you listen to what he said on the earnings call, if I heard him correctly, they were talking about potentially deals of 10 million or more.
Yeah, David's very confident, like very confident. I don't know. I think it's going to be, I think this one plays out for us. I think, 24 should not be hard to get back to. The question is, does this thing get to 35, 40 in the next year? And that would be less than a double. Like, that's not crazy to imagine. As operating leverage increases, I think they get there.
When I look at their targets, their 2028 target for free cash flow is 371 million. You put a 20 times multiple, which is incredibly low. We know a lot of growth companies trade at 40, 50, 60, 70 times. You put a 20 multiple on their free cash flow for 2028. I mean, $7.5 billion company market cap.
Almost a double from here. Yeah.
I mean, this is something that I think will have no problem getting to 15, 20 billion market cap over the next 2 to 3 years, maybe sooner. I don't have a crystal ball, but there's a lot of companies that have gone to 30, 40, 50 billion that are pre-revenue or not profitable. So when you have a company that is serving half of the Fortune 100 companies and growing at this rate and is now profitable and is going to be scaling profitability, I don't see a way that they're not going to expand their market cap. So let's see.
The analysts also agree. If you could share the screen, this is, buys across the board. D.A. Davidson buy, Truist buy, Canaccord buy, Needham buy, Craig buy. All of these guys are at 25 to 30. The average is 29. Like, if this stock gets to $30, it's not going to be like, oh my goodness, it's 30. It's like, no, like, it probably reasonably deserves to be closer to 30. So, but I think the SaaS thing is screwing. Like this thing should have never got to $14, but I don't know. Salesforce shouldn't be at 175 either. So I think the SaaS stuff is a headwind for them, but I think that means you get to accumulate really cheap stock if the market wants to sell off SaaS for the next, who knows, few months.
I mean, you heard what Jensen said about SaaS. That it's more likely that these companies are building agents to work inside their platform, not that you're going to vibe code your way into a new enterprise software platform. I mean, that's Jensen saying that. That's not one of these CEOs sticking up for their company.
So do we transition to NVIDIA?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of meat on the bone with NVIDIA, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but this was the greatest quarter I've ever seen in the history of the market from any company.
This was a good freaking quarter, man. This was... I don't know. I understand the stock kind of stagnating here, but you try to look at the bear case people have on this quarter, and they're just like, well, it's not going to continue. And it's like,
okay.
But Jensen's showing that it is continuing. Like,
I mean, isn't that the greatest freaking analysis of why it should go down? Because, it's just not going to continue. Yeah, no shit, it's not going to continue. It's not normal for companies to reaccelerate growth, one, at that rate, two, at that size.
Well, that's the thing. The reacceleration of this, I felt very confident today buying stock. Bought stock for me, bought stock for my dad, bought stock for my sister. Had zero issue adding NVIDIA. And I don't know. I'm not really feeling any level of hesitation. You know, whenever you buy the dip on something, you kind of just a little dicey. This was like, no, I think I'm right. I think the market's being stupid here.
Can I give you some stats?
Go ahead.
So on a quarterly basis, I mean, I'll share my screen. It's scribble, so don't judge me. This was not pretty. This is just how I scribble stuff when I write articles. Here we go. So the year-over-year growth for NVIDIA, Q2 2024 was 122%. You go down 93, 77, 69, 55. Four straight quarters of deceleration. And now you have 2 quarters of reacceleration, and you're about to get a third based off of what they guided for.
That is crazy, dude.
I mean, when you really look at the reacceleration, your reacceleration is basically getting you back to Q4 2024.
And imagine reaccelerate further from like.
So what's the bear case? Oh, reacceleration's going to stop this quarter. Well, let's do some quick math. You ready? If we get 82 billion for guide in the July quarter, what do we need? 83 and a half? We need 83.5 billion guide for continued reacceleration.
Goodness, man.
So what are we going to say, that this isn't potentially going to happen with Vera Rubin hitting the street?
Yeah, and you got GTC coming up, which is going to be a big catalyst just to get the street to understand how further this is going. Here's the question, right? Do we believe Jensen when he says that software is now based in tokens, token generation is based on compute, and the more compute, the more tokens, aka the more revenue for these hyperscalers, means that the more they want to invest their cash flows into CapEx? Like, if you believe that logical syllogism for the next 3 to 4 years, NVIDIA is going to 10 trillion. That's
the answer for me is yes. I mean, I don't even use Claude a lot, and it gave me a message today that I had already burned through 75% of my weekly tokens.
I was asking ChatGPT some questions today, and it took like 8 seconds, and I got annoyed. I was like, this should be happening in 8 milliseconds. And like, how like crazy is that I'm annoyed that I'm getting one of the best answers I could ever imagine in 8 seconds instead of 8 milliseconds. And I think GPT knows they need to make it faster so that, you know, like, it's only going to get better and better, and we're only going to keep using these tools.
So one of the things I said is I wrote an article today about NVIDIA, and I want to find a stat. So on the earnings call, NVIDIA discussed that Blackwell Ultra can deliver up to 50x better performance and 35x lower cost for agentic AI compared to Hopper. They're positioning the Vera Rubin cycle as the next platform that will be a continuation of the AI factory build-out wave. The Rubin platform, which is 6 new chips, will target a 10x reduction in inference token cost compared to Blackwell. And they are expecting that the hyperscalers will be the first to deploy those systems. So, what exactly does that mean? That means if any of the hyperscalers decide not to upgrade, they lose the game because now they can't price anything at the same rate as their competitors because their costs are not going to be at the ground floor the way the others
Everyone's
are.
got to
They're
upgrade.
all at a prisoner's dilemma. They don't have a choice. It takes all of them to say no and just one of them to say yes.
And all of them don't want to say no, A, because they can't afford to, B, they have the revenue growth, C, because that means their multiples get slacked too. Now, obviously, they will recover because these are businesses that are not rooted in just selling chips. But as soon as you've been telling the market for 3 years AI is everything, and then you wake up in a year and say, yeah, we don't need that much more AI, it's like, okay, why should we buy into this growth story? So I think this has years left in the cycle.
Same here.
At least 2 years. And if we're going to discount 3 years back, and again, that's Jensen was talking about the auto business because it'd be as big as the data center business yesterday. And I know on an earnings call, CEOs say crazy shit. I know Elon says crazy shit. But when Jensen's executed, and if the auto business gets even to 1/10 of the data center business, that's a doubling from here. Then you got robotics. If we aren't a ChatGPT moment for agents, I mean, like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's slowing down. It really doesn't.
No, it doesn't. And we're not even thinking about the fact that full self-driving is not here, that flying cars is not here, that, and I know flying cars seems ridiculous, but it's the truth. Robots are not here. None of these things are here yet. AGI is not here. Superintelligence is not here. Are you telling me that this is just going to stop? Because never in the history of mankind has any type of innovation stopped.
Well, also, you can share this too. Anthropic, we got some new milestones from them. I mean, again, these numbers are going to get crazier and crazier. Daily signups have tripled since November. Paid subscribers have more than doubled since October. Free users grew 60% in the past month.
I mean, if I signed up for it and I'm using it, I bet you a lot of people are using it.
Dude, also what? Maybe we have 1 billion people using LLMs in total collectively. Maybe like 1.5. We got a lot more people to get onto these things.
Yes. And that's all of them together. Meta has what 3.6 billion people using its products?
Yeah.
So if Meta has 3.6 billion, I would say that's the TAM.
Yeah, and I would say many billions of people have no idea what a large language model is. They just haven't been exposed to it yet.
100%. We're not even seeing large-scale adoption yet in enterprise. We're still in the infancy. And I know it sounds crazy, and people can't wrap their heads around 610 billion being spent this year in CapEx. And when does it stop? These companies are not going broke investing in themselves. Microsoft did $175 billion in EBITDA this year, and Alphabet did $160 billion. Okay? These companies have the cash flow in the balance sheets to spend whatever the hell they want to spend. And if this is where they say it's going, the bear case eventually is going to get dismantled. Maybe it doesn't happen today. Maybe it doesn't happen tomorrow. But eventually, there's going to be enough data where we're going to say, okay, this is just going to keep going because we need so much more compute.
Yeah, and also every time you use an LLM product, you are contributing to the increased compute demand. And if you keep seeing yourself use these, if you keep using FSD every day, I mean, But if this becomes a part of your life, just like the internet has become a part of our, we cannot live without the internet.
So
then we have a bigger build out.
let me make this correlation. I'm going to have to weave probably two things in. You think about how children are using YouTube and platforms to stream cartoons. Okay. Before it was watching traditional TV. Now they have everything at their fingertips. What happens when they can let their imaginations run wild and program what they want to say?
Yeah.
And what happens when that spills over for adults? And what happens when that spills over to movie studios? And what happens when we are legitimately creating content? We're seeing 2-minute clips being created right now. At some point, that's going to become 10 minutes. At some point, that'll become 30 minutes. We're going to be able to prompt exactly what we want to say. And people are going to get addicted to that. That's going to take so much compute.
Just like the internet took so much storage and had to move to the cloud. When you think about YouTube, it's like 500 hours of video uploaded a minute because people want user-generated content at scale. If we're going to want AI-generated content at scale, or even 1/20th of the scale of the content on the internet, that's going to take a lot of compute.
This is what I'm going to tell you. As long as it is reasonably priced, I am 100% going to have an upgraded version to create whatever I want. On whatever platform it is, whether it's Netflix, YouTube, whatever it is, whoever's going to do it. Because I get annoyed at TV shows when I don't like the ending. And I get annoyed when they, like The Recruit. Netflix stopped The Recruit after 2 seasons. I want a 3rd season. I want to know what the hell happens. Like, they left at the most awkward spot. If you're not going to bring it back, let me pay $99 a month for a plan where I can freaking program my own stuff and have it, or prompt my own stuff and have it build something for me. This is going to be an upgraded charge at some point. I don't know when, but that's going to be the next innovation with entertainment.
Yeah, and again, once people get hooked on that, they're not going back.
No, they're not going back at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
How I Met Your Mother ending was not trash. Okay. We don't need to AI the How I Met Your. Have you seen How I Met Your Mother?
What do you know about the drunk train?
I don't know what you're talking about, but
you're talking about Have I Ever Seen How I Met Your Mother, but you don't know about the drunk train.
I actually did watch that fully, but I forgot the drunk train. It's been a while.
Okay, when Barney and what's his name? What's Architect's name?
See, it's been a minute, right?
It's been a minute. What's his name?
All I know is I know the ending.
Marshall, Lily, Barney. What? Somebody help me out. What's his name? Come on.
The ending was not bad, bro. You guys are so brainwashed by
when they take the train from freaking the city out to Long Island, and they keep doing it because everybody's drunk and they have a great time. You don't remember that episode?
Last episode I watched is when they try to find the best burger that they ever had. You remember that one?
It's a good show.
It's a great show, but the ending was also really good.
It's a good show.
But for people that hated the ending, yes, you could.
You can change it with an upgraded plan. I think that's coming.
I think the doom and gloom narrative as well. So I didn't live through the dot-com bubble. I mean, I lived, but I was a couple years old. You did. So I don't want to be naive to the euphoria people felt that things wouldn't stop and then it all just came crumbling down. But anecdotally, the companies that are investing / raising capital / engaging in more CapEx, they're just different from the companies back then, which is why the similarity doesn't feel as obvious. Yeah, and it feels like 5 years from now, it's not going to be the same thing that people thought it's going to be.
I mean, I beating that drum. I wrote, a 3,000-word post on that on X about it. It was a completely different situation where companies were raising capital with no way of making any of the money back. They just said that, we're going to aggregate eyeballs. Like, nobody knew how they were going to make money. This is not that at all.
Yeah, and to give some context, this is a pretty successful VC in the AI space. Look at what he tweeted yesterday. These are the companies that are paying for all this cloud compute. Anthropic is the fastest growing company in the world, 4.5 billion run rate in 42 days after they raised at 380 billion. Suno reached 100 million users and 300 million ARR. Lovable, fifth most adopted and second fastest growing AI vendor. Open Router is on track to do a quadrillion tokens. And it goes on and on and on about all these companies that are relying on the hyperscalers, which is why the hyperscalers are relying on Nvidia, to keep growing and to change the world. And I just don't think we're going backwards or that is some epic collapse. I mean, maybe eventually if things get too euphoric, but not at 18 times forward earnings. Cisco,
not when the companies funding this are generating over $100 billion in cash from operations each. It's not happening.
Yeah, and even if all of it goes back into reinvestment, okay,
that's fine.
I mean,
Amazon built their business on reinvestment.
Unless shareholders completely say we're going to stop subsidizing this,
which would be dumb.
And Amazon hasn't collapsed. Like, yeah, it's not moved as much, but it's not at $100 or, you know, everyone's like, all right, do what you got to do.
I'm going to push back on a comment that I don't think people want to watch an AI movie. I saw some fight scenes made with AI where it looks exactly like Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris, and the actual fighting is so much cleaner and crisper. I think AI fight scenes are going to be awesome. I think you're going to be able to make incredible superhero movies. It's just about licensing at that point.
Dude, AI movies will be indistinguishable from reality. It will be so easy and obvious for people to prompt their own stuff. It is inevitable. It is absolutely. Think about, like, the people that are watching this right now have essentially prompted YouTube to recommend them content they care about the stock market, and that's why they found us. In the future, if you can just literally type, show me stock market content today, and it pops up, and it's two people with perspectives because you prompt them to be like funny or whatever, like, it's going to be indistinguishable from reality. And hopefully people still care about the human connection, but a lot of them aren't going to care. They're just going to want the content, and that's it.
And think about this. Disney owns Marvel, okay? Paramount is now going to own DC. So when you say that the actors are going to have to give, sure, actors, but that type of content, they could very easily make their own AI with the superheroes. I mean, it's going to be pretty wild to see what happens in the next 5 to 10 years. And to think that this is impossible, that's the wrong way to look at it. The way to look at it is this could happen. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it does.
Who would have thought 25 years ago people would just watch someone random on the internet? Like, no one. Like, that's when Hollywood was still, like, no one thought that would happen. Then YouTube changed everything. And so I think that'll be the same with AI. Nate says, I think that you responded to this yesterday, but I know you have a good riff on this. How do you respond to this is all circular financing?
Oh, God, I put that in my article today. So it's not circular financing, and here's why. Netflix putting $2 billion into CoreWeave. I actually have the numbers. I need to label this shit. They bought $2 billion or invested $2 billion at $87.20 a share. CoreWeave during the day was $96.39. So they were up 10.5% on their equity investment that's on the balance sheet. Now, what CoreWeave does with that $2 billion doesn't matter. They could burn it. They could go buy chips from Nvidia. That is a separate instance because Nvidia is holding the equity on their balance sheet that they paid $2 billion for. If CoreWeave wants to take that cash pile and go buy chips from Nvidia, they win twice. OpenAI, same thing. OpenAI is raising $100 billion at $850 billion. Let's say Nvidia takes the entire slate at $100 billion. They're going to own 11.76% of OpenAI. That equity slate will be on the balance sheet in long-term investments. Equity for the $100 billion. What OpenAI does with that $100 billion does not concern Nvidia. They could go spend it with AMD. They could go spend it with Broadcom. It does not matter because Nvidia is holding the equity. If they choose to go buy more Nvidia chips also, it's a secondary win for Nvidia because they now get the sale on top. And if OpenAI becomes a $2, $3, $4 trillion company, guess what? They own 11.76% of the damn company.
We don't talk about that enough. That could also be how Nvidia grows.
100%. part of the article I wrote about, they're becoming the Berkshire of tech.
Yeah,
and
that's a great way to put it. It's a great way to put it.
and I hope they make more investments. I would want Nvidia go spend $5 billion, invest in Microsoft, invest in Amazon, invest in Alphabet, invest in Meta. Just go buy $5 billion of their shares each and hold them on the balance sheet. Become a holding company of tech. Why the hell not?
I 100% agree. I forget to mention that Nvidia has stakes in all these guys. Like Nvidia has a stake in Figure. Who knows? Maybe Figure becomes a $500 billion company in robots, and Nvidia owns 5% of it. Whatever. Like
the circular financing thing is just intellectually untrue.
The only thing that seems circular, this AMD deal with Meta and OpenAI, that shit feels really circular because it's like, we're going to give up our company just so you buy it, but you get the money back in terms of equity. But the stock has to go up, so there is shareholder value. But that's the only thing that really feels circular. But okay, that's AMD's issue. Nvidia.
Nothing to do with Nvidia. Nvidia is buying equity for their capital.
And Nvidia is not giving up shit to force you to buy their chips. So
they're not giving the chips away for free. They're getting full freight on those chips if these companies decide to buy them.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Something about today after these earnings and seeing that stock fall, I was so at peace buying more.
And how about this?
Didn't care.
When you're doing, like, this is a crazy stat. In 2025, Nvidia for Q4 did $14.3 billion a month in net income. For the entire year, they did $2.3 billion a week. You know what they're projected to do in 2026
like
per week?
3.8 or something.
3.3 billion, because at the current numbers that the street is saying, and this may be me underestimating, at a 50% margin, which is significantly under where they are now, they're going to do $171 billion in net income. What do you do with that money? You don't need to do buybacks.
No, not at all.
You do buybacks when you stop growing to juice the EPS. You don't do buybacks now. Now's the time to take that capital, go buy OpenAI at $850 billion. Because eventually, maybe it takes 5-10 years, that's going to be a multi-trillion-dollar company. Go buy CoreWeave. Go buy some Nebius. Go buy some Meta. You're doing $3.3 billion a week. Go invest. Take a year and just invest that capital.
Dude, it would be really cool for Nvidia to come out and be like, we are buying a stake in every hyperscaler and just give the middle finger to everybody. Be like, yeah, we own a piece of all of them. We think all of them are going to keep growing. We like what we think they're cheap. Microsoft's at 20 times, Meta is at 20 times. We're like, well, we like all of them. We're just going to buy $2 billion of each of them. Dude, it'd be the most epic shit ever. And then what if Jensen's like, but we're not doing Apple and Tesla. We don't care about that. But that would be hilarious.
I mean, what if he bought $2 billion of investment in Tesla? Said robots are coming, we're in.
Yeah, Tesla actually pays them. Apple doesn't pay them shit, but Tesla should be included there theoretically.
Go make an investment in Mercedes.
Yeah, dude, that'd be hilarious, bro. They just like a true Berkshire that you could invest in publicly that's actually innovative and not investing in insurance.
Mm-hmm.
It's Nvidia.
There's no better company to do it than Nvidia because their profitability is likely going to expand the next several years.
Dude, and all the Mac 7 outside of Tesla and Apple are cheap. Maybe Google's not the cheapest anymore, but Meta and Amazon and Microsoft are freaking like, it wouldn't be crazy for Jensen. I don't think the street would be upset at that. And it's definitely not circular financing because Meta, Amazon, and Microsoft don't need Jensen's money to buy the chips.
I was looking at this today. Dude, I don't know where we get off putting Nvidia at 14 times forward earnings.
That's why I bought more, bro. This was stupid.
Like, where do we get off?
Well, I guess, if you don't believe they're going to put up that EPS, then it's not 14 times, but
this number went up by like $1.80.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, look, this is Salesforce. This is very similar to Salesforce.
On a multiple basis?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're growing way faster than Salesforce, right? So that's the.
I mean, let's look at the consensus estimates. I'll bring up the actual numbers. It's so wild. I don't understand why sentiment's so bad. I think that the narrative is so messed up right now.
Amit's going to remake himself in High School Musical as Troy. You know, that wouldn't be crazy.
I mean, look at this. The street believes on a consensus basis they're growing by 68.69%. The high is freaking 50 billion more than what that consensus is.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels really easy to not be afraid to buy Nvidia. And if it goes lower, like that's the fun thing about Nvidia is like maybe it's not going to go higher for a while and it stays flat. But if it goes lower, it becomes actually stupid. Every couple bucks it goes lower.
Let me ask you this. Are you really scared that it's going to go from 69% year-over-year growth to 22.5% when that 22.5% represents roughly $80 billion year over year in dollars? And at a 50% margin, which we know it's higher, is an additional $40 billion in net income? Is that the narrative that we're scared of, people? Because when I put it like that, it seems like a ridiculous narrative to be bearish on.
And that also doesn't have to happen.
Exactly.
You know, the street didn't think they would grow this much in Q1. So,
and 53 analysts are saying that they're going to grow next year, not this year, next year by 22%. You show me a company that generates this type of revenue that's growing at 20+%.
Well,
I just think that the market's got this wrong, and this is one of the biggest gifts we've seen in a long time. The reality is that this company is super cheap right now. Super cheap.
Yeah, again, like part of buying the Max 7 is being able to sleep well at night knowing they're the best companies in the world. And if they're this cheap, then... Now, granted, the Alpha has not been the Max 7 this year. That's fair. But if you thought the Alpha was in something that went up like... I mean, this EOSE, this stock got decimated today, down 40%. Part of the reason people bought this shit is because they thought it was a... batteries were a bottleneck when it comes to energy. And if NVIDIA has all this demand, we need all this energy. It's like not a crazy, horrible thesis, but they were buying it at like 80 times sales. And it got crushed today. The management was super shady, all this stuff. So it's like people that are searching for something that is a derivative of NVIDIA, and you go to the super small couple billion-dollar companies. I mean, at least you don't have to worry about NVIDIA falling 40% in a day, you know?
You know what else got smacked around today?
What? Oh, this was disgusting. Yeah. This was ugly.
Nobody wanted to listen.
Well, okay, it's not that nobody wanted to listen, but there are two influencers that I will not name. One of them I really like. The other one is a little shady that have really pitched this name heavy. And I think their collective influence got a lot of people into it. And unfortunately, it just hasn't worked out.
3 people asked me about it, and I said the same thing to the 3 of them. There is no way that this has the ability to outlast automation. I'm not saying it goes to 0. I'm not saying it goes under. But to think that it was still going to go up from when it was at 300 or 400 when it's a freaking language learning platform. Like with all the technology advancements, why would you want to be in this?
So I think there is a data moat they have. The problem is, to your point, the TAM is not there.
TAM's not there.
So even if you have network effects but like that's why they're going after chess and music, and it's like that's not the most exciting thing to go after. But I think the company's really strong. Like the CEO, founder is amazing. Growth is pretty damn good, even though they have some slip ups in their MAUs. But TAM is, if Apple comes out with AirPods that helps you learn, it's like you can see the narrative getting hit.
It is too easy to disrupt this company, and that's the problem. Because when people say, I don't understand, it's a gaming platform, it's this, it's that, you're telling me that people aren't going to be able to build other types of learning things with ChatGPT or Claude? Like, come on.
Do you know someone on X charges $15,000 for a consultation? And this was one of their big picks this year.
Listen, you guys can.
This is the state of some of these influencers, bro. They're legit charging 15 grand for an hour to tell you to buy Duolingo.
Look,
that's why the whole thing is getting memed so hard.
That's fine. I said it either 300 or 400 to several people publicly. This does not end well. So even if this goes back to 200, I'm still right.
The nerve of some people to publicly say, pay me $15,000 so I can tell you to buy Duolingo.
You're going to have to tell me privately who that is.
I'll tell you. And the you know, it's a lot. There are ways to become a media personality in which you will also be right and wrong. You will get picks wrong, but people will navigate your process as an investor because no one's perfect. And then there's ways to be wrong and be an absolute dick in the process of being wrong and look horrible and ruin your entire reputation. And it is so quick to let money influence that route. And unfortunately, some people, because again, screw the pick being wrong. The pick being wrong is what, like, people will get picks wrong. But the process by which you go to advertise yourself and to try to build a brand, that's the part where, and if you get a pick wrong, then it's like, it's just nasty.
People get things wrong all the time. I get things wrong. You get things wrong. Everybody gets things wrong.
Yeah.
But 15 grand?
Dude, it's not a joke, too. It's like a legit 15 grand. You can sign up and actually submit your credit card and get a consultation.
Interesting. Well, I don't see a bright future for them. I hope for the shareholders that I am incorrect, but I don't see it. I think there's way better plays out there. So we'll see. I mean, how do you feel about Dorsey coming down, slashing, 40-50% of the workforce?
Okay, so I don't think this is just AI related because there's no way in hell that company should have had 10,000 employees. We have to remember Jack Dorsey is one of the most incompetent CEOs of all time. Amazing founder, way more successful than I will ever be. Genius when it comes to building tech products. But there's a reason Twitter did not grow for 10 years, censored heavily during COVID, and essentially became a cesspool. Now, people can say X is a cesspool as well, but I would say there's a bit more freedom on X now, and you actually have features that are people can make money on it. Like, there's so much shit that's happening on X now. It's actually growing. Twitter was dead for 10 years, and it had thousands of employees. X has like 800. Because Jack Dorsey, I don't know, I think he felt he was running a daycare, and he was just happy that for people to be there. And I think he did the same thing with Square. And so, yes, there's probably some AI associated with cutting 40%, but in reality, there was no reason. Robinhood has 2,000 people. Why did Square have 10,000?
You know, a company has 23,800 employees that does $6 billion in free cash flow.
I'm actually kind of interested in buying it just for them to do what Square did.
They're going to chop that down to 15,000 employees. You watch.
But do you? I don't know if I trust.
That's the CEO's MO from HP.
Oh, really? That's what he did back then?
This guy's no shit.
Dude, that might legitimately be the best reason to long PayPal right now. If they do that, it's going back to 55.
Look at what happened with Verizon. They start cutting costs. They start doing this. They start doing that. Oh, starts moving. You watch. The CEO is incentivized to get the share price higher. Same way the Verizon CEO is.
Okay, so are you buying it?
I didn't, and I came out with a bullish article at 39 or 40, and I think it was a great buy then.
Dude, it's like 43. Who cares? Like,
I still think there's a lot of room for this to move. Like, is anybody going to be? It's at 45.53. Is anybody going to look twice if this goes to 60?
No, but
Steve, they're still going to think it's undervalued.
So that's my point. We're going to have another Netflix situation on our hands. Another freaking, elf situation on our hands. Like, do you think it's enough to get excited to buy it at these levels? That's the question.
This is what I'll tell you. If that doesn't look like a freaking bottom, I don't know what does.
Okay, so you need to legit set up the account and like let me buy it for you at this point.
If this doesn't look like a bottom, I don't know what does. It broke 40 for like a minute and came back.
Dude, I don't want to buy this, but if they just saw Square go up by 20% for cutting people,
right?
Like, there's no way PayPal's not thinking, man, that's all it takes.
So, and this is why I need you to start watching TV. Like, I want to say something so bad, but you're not going to know what I'm talking about. But the people in the chat will. In succession, when they started talking about how to get the stock price up, what did Roman say? Layoffs get people excited. And I hate saying that because that means people are going to lose their job. But every company does layoffs at some point.
You're telling me the PayPal CEO, he's laid off a lot of people before?
I believe he did when he was at HP.
Can we check how many has he laid off?
Yeah.
Like, because if he's done a 5,000 plus layoff before, Enrique Lores. Has Enrique laid off people? Yes, he laid off from 2019.
Yeah, 4,000 to 6,000. Hold on.
Dude, that's I mean,
yeah, 10% of HP's workforce, 4,000 to 6,000 employees is what he did.
Dude, you're not going to make me buy PayPal.
I'm not making you do anything. I'm just telling you that's his MO. He's going to come in. He's going to be like, okay, what is the structure of management? Do we have overlap? Do we have assistant managers, assistant directors, associate directors, directors? He's going to look at that level and be like, how many subcategories do you actually need? Can you get rid of VPs and just have directors and senior directors? He's going to look at the entire management structure, and then he's going to look at what are the most repeatable processes and can we automate because we don't have any retail freaking stores.
But okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you, gut feeling, that he would actually do that? And he would actually come out and say, we're laying off 8,000 people?
Oh, I don't know a number. I am 90% confident they're going to come out and do layoffs.
Okay, so that's a 9 out of 10.
Now, the number of layoffs, I have no idea, but you can't tell me that they need that many people behind the scenes writing code. Now, granted, there's a lot of regulations that they have to follow. I'm sure their compliance department is robust, and it should be. But in today's day and age with technology, and don't forget where this guy comes from, he comes from HP. So it's not like he is foreign to technology. Not like this guy doesn't have connections. So you can't tell me he's not going to look at ways to streamline things.
Dude, if they do that, it's going up. Like, but again, it's political when you do a layoff. Block gave amazing severance packages. Like, I don't think it would happen overnight. It would take months for them to figure out exactly how to do it.
You're gonna get hit in the short term for long-term gains. They probably have a policy 1 week for every year you're there or whatever it is. They'll probably juice it, but that only hits the stock so much. And let's keep in mind, this is trading at less than 9 times this year's earnings.
Yeah, but there are some issues in the company, like transaction volume. Like, there are issues for why it's cheap.
I'm not saying there aren't, but it's still growing. They have more cash on hand than debt. They do $6 billion in free cash flow. They traded a single-digit PE, and they are still growing. They have never had a year where revenue growth did not expand.
Well, I wouldn't be buying it for any of those reasons. I would literally just be buying it because of the layoffs, because none of those reasons worked in the past.
I get it. I'm just saying that I think it bottomed. Like, how much cheaper can this get? Do we really think it's going to 25? I mean, it could, but
That would be
Are we
fun.
really going to say that PayPal should trade at a 6 PE?
That would be kind of funny.
I
That
mean,
would be kind of funny.
yes, I think they're going to get layoffs. I don't know what it's going to do, but we saw what happened with Block, and we'll see.
Is there still a rumor about PayPal getting bought out? Yeah, that was denied today. That's why the stock fell.
They were talking about Stripe, right?
No, but then an article came out today saying Stripe's not interested at all in PayPal. Dude, these buyout rumors, they originate from bot farms that hedge funds pay to be able to get in and out of certain positions. Like, it's literally a scam. That's why whenever they come out and there's no number, there's no company, you have to really be skeptical.
You got to be very careful with that. And look, I don't believe in buying companies on the chance that they're going to get acquired, because I don't have information. You don't have information about that. That's a crapshoot.
No. Well, yeah, I'm probably still going to stay away from PayPal, but this is going to, because I don't think they're going to do layoffs anytime soon. And if that's my only thesis, then I think I had months before.
Yeah, I think there's way better investments to make.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather be buying Zeta personally.
Well, me too. I agree.
All right. Ori wants to know, when's the pod with Sham?
Most likely, I think his book comes out on the 6th. So honestly, might be on that day, March 6th.
Nice.
Even if his book comes out a week after that, it'll probably be out next week. But it was a fun pod.
Good stuff. Let's answer some questions and then we'll call it. Wix. I looked at the assessment. I'm not interested in it, but that doesn't mean it's not going to work. Did you look into Wix at all? I know it got pitched on
no.
Tanner and Tevis's and Roy's show.
No, I think there's a thesis for sure. It's definitely depressed. Base 44 seems like a strong AI accelerator. I think the numbers make sense. I don't know if the narrative is super exciting, but could I see it going up? Yeah. It's kind of one of those names that has gotten hit so hard. You would imagine any piece of good news starts change the narrative. The one concern I have is, like, why can't Claude and all these other companies help you build a website? Now, Base 44 is very special and specific to it. I get it, but I don't know. It wasn't the most exciting to me.
Yeah. Any thoughts on BMNR? Yeah, I'm still in it. Potentially buying more.
Well, the Circle earnings were incredible for stablecoin growth. It's just none of that is translating to Ethereum, because I think Ethereum at this point is pegged with crypto. Crypto is pegged with the macro. So, yeah, the thesis is there. The liquidity cycle is not. And that's something I think people have to keep waiting through.
How do I feel about the NeoClouds? I happen to like them. I didn't get a chance to look at CoreWeave's earnings. I know they're down, but I think that there's a lot of compute that's going to be needed. I think ultimately they're going to be winners.
I sold some of my Nebius today to buy Nvidia. Still have it, but yeah, I think the NeoClouds are going to win. But again, I think the NeoClouds are going to win because of Nvidia. So if Nvidia is this cheap, it's just easier to buy Nvidia. Now, the NeoClouds might do better on a dollar per dollar basis in share price because they're smaller, but they're also riskier as well.
I did CSLB, and that was one of the easiest plays, I think.
CLSB?
No, SL, Schlumberger.
Oh, SLB. Yeah.
Yeah, it's at 51.5. Should Hood buy PayPal? I don't think they should, but I don't really know much about that.
Hood actually knows how to run a company. You get $1 million per employee. If you work at Hood, you're working your ass off, but you're getting paid really well. That's how Palantir, less than 4,000 employees. I mean,
and I think that if Vlad wanted to buy it, he would have done already. Obviously, he doesn't think he needs it. So,
well, also they don't really have the money for it. I mean, PayPal's what, 40 billion market cap?
I mean, they could do a stock deal and issue equity.
That would be so no. I would be very concerned if they actually. When they buy companies, it's usually in cash and it's accretive. So I don't think they. SoFi too. People say SoFi, but no, like these companies are amazing fintechs. They should just keep growing without dealing with PayPal.
Is there a decent chance Zeta is going to run? I have no idea. All I can tell you is I'm buying. I have no idea if it's going to run. I have no information. I like the numbers. I like the trajectory. And I think if you look at the forward projections, it looks interesting.
They could go back down if Salesforce gets hit 5-6%. Zeta could. I mean, like, I don't think we're out of the woods when it comes to SaaS. But this is when I initiated coverage back in December, around 1850. So I do not think it's expensive here.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about getting out of ServiceNow. I'm down just a little. I think my average price was 111 or something like that. I may just take the loss on it and just freaking put into something else. I think ServiceNow is very undervalued, but I don't know. It is more an annoyance at this point that SaaS is still getting beat up this hard. And I think there's a much bigger opportunity in something like Zeta for me. So I got to figure that out. I don't know what's happening with SoFi. The market, my thesis is the market is pricing it as a bank. That's all there is to it.
But do you think they'll continue to price it as a bank?
I think
If
Q1
they do, then I was right for the past 5 years on SoFi.
I think Q1 earnings are super important. I know this is not what people want to hear. I know this goes against what everybody says in the videos, okay? If Noto doesn't come out on the Q1 call and say that they won some RFPs and that they are going to be powering whatever financial institution with their platform, I think the narrative is going to be it is strictly a bank. Because there is no difference from what they do to what a bank does.
Okay, but Noto on Tanner's podcast said a dollar of growth is a dollar of growth. It doesn't matter. So
Right.
he does. I don't think he feels he needs to prove they're a fintech. I think he just needs to keep showing 40% growth. And
they're showing that the market's not respecting it, but when you look at tangible book value, they're trading at a huge multiple compared to the rest of the industry. And if you want, and I hate the way that different industries are valued different ways, but the reality is financial companies trade off a tangible book. And if they're going to place it as a bank, it's trading at a rich valuation for a bank. Now, you can make the argument about growth, and I agree with the argument, but obviously the market is hitting it for a certain reason right now.
I think SoFi is higher by the end of the year. I don't know how much higher, but I don't think it's stuck below 20. But I really don't.
I think it should be higher. If it's going to get there is a different story. S&P 500 inclusion, you're teetering on the line of where it needs to be to get in from a market cap perspective.
I feel like S&P inclusion doesn't mean shit outside of the first month that it happens. Because Robinhood got in, that stock's down 50%. AppLovin got in, that stock's down 50%. Like, it's almost like it matters for the like bi-weekly 401k stuff, but outside of that, your stock will
also gives it credibility.
Yes, that's what it's a pump for a month, and you better take your profits then, and then it's credibility because after that it'll get dumped like any other stock.
I mean, there are people that do invest that way. Like, what indexes is it a part of? And that may not be a great reason, but it does add a level of credibility. So, look, I want them to get in. I think it's going to be great for the company. We'll see. Have you ever gone to a Dutch Bros?
No. I've seen one in Vegas, but I've not.
I need to go to Dutch Bros. They don't have any near us.
Yeah, they don't have any in the Northeast.
And why is Wawa not in New York?
It's not New York?
No. Wawa is amazing.
How did Rocket Lab end the day? I didn't see it. Was it still
down a little bit? It's fine.
Oh, actually, no, down 5%. I got hit.
Yeah, it's like 67. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, for Rocket Lab to only be down 5% too, this thing could recover tomorrow easily back to 73. So it avoided the 15% drawdown, which is good.
Yes.
Because it's already down a lot. Netflix still up 9 after hours. Salesforce down 2. Nvidia's up a little bit. CoreWeave got hit pretty hard. Duolingo was the worst one though. And PayPal's up a little bit. Yeah, Palantir got an upgrade after hours. That's why it went up, but upgrades are not really enough of a reason for it to hold.
You know, Lena's just showing off right now that she gets to go to freaking Wawa every day to grab coffee.
Oh, speaking of coffee?
Yeah.
Chat already knows. You don't watch my market open since you automated me away. So
I don't watch your market open because when you're on, I'm just getting to the freaking office.
You don't watch my market open because you automated me away, so you don't even know what I've been doing in the morning.
I have no idea what you've been doing in the morning, Amit.
Yeah, because you automated me away, so you don't need to watch.
I mean, I do try to call you in the morning from the car before you go on.
I just, as a friend, I think it's kind of weird that you automated me away, but regardless.
I didn't automate you away.
You literally made some freaking Anthropic newsletter to tell you what's happening in the market instead of listening to the show. Like,
wait till you see the improvements I made today.
Yeah, you can't I can try to improve to be better for you, but you can't prompt me to be. You can text me some suggestions, maybe. But
so, what have you been doing in the morning?
Well, Why don't I just show you what I've been doing?
Yeah, show me. I'm excited.
Let me show you what I've been doing,
and then I'll show you what I've been doing.
You've been automating me away. We already know.
I made a fake Chris Camillo also.
See, this is crazy.
No, I legitimately made a fake Chris Camillo. All right.
Will the chat play? Let's see. Hold on. Okay, the chat's on there. About instant coffee that I thought I would just make it live right here. So, I'm not a barista, but
no,
it's not that hard to do. So all you do, for those that don't know how to make instant coffee, you put your spoon in it, and you take a teaspoon and a half, and you just throw it into the water. That's it. It's so simple. Throw it into the water. We're gonna get some good energy for and then you take your spoon, and then you just mix it together. So simple. I know you guys were talking about it last night because we were up so late because Trump was talking for like 2 hours, and we all wanted some coffee. There it is. Very simple. So simple. Realistically, that's all you have to do. Why do people go to Starbucks? Look at that. Why? Look at that. That's gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous. So we are going to be well energized, better than like a Red Bull in the morning. Okay. We're going to be well energized for NVIDIA earnings, and cheers to everyone who's also drinking coffee.
You didn't even like that.
Sensational. Absolutely.
You didn't even like that.
I loved it, bro.
Let me ask you something. Was that cold or warm water?
It was hot. What do you mean cold?
I'm just asking. I don't know. I've never had instant coffee, nor am I going to.
You've never had instant coffee? Dude, it's so simple. You literally just freaking throw it in the water.
Why would you ever want instant coffee?
So I can drink it instantly. Why would I go to Starbucks and walk all the way down the street, come back? I just will spoon and then boom, I'm done.
So I'll show you what I've been drinking. Hold on. Give me a sec.
Guys, I don't know why people hate the instant coffee. Davis, I see you. What's up? Bay Ray. The Keurig stopped working. That's why I just started using the instant coffee. It was so easy. It's literally so simple.
So you know what else is simple? Go get some stock cold brew espresso blend, iced coffee. I don't know. It's wintertime, but I'm drinking iced coffee. I don't know why.
Why are you drinking cold coffee in the morning?
Iced coffee is delicious.
I've had iced lattes.
And this stuff is really good, actually.
I mean, you would never just do instant coffee?
No.
Why?
No.
I don't know why people are against it. It's so simple.
No. Sorry, can't do it.
Do you just find out about it? Yeah, dude, my mind is blown that like you could just make it instantly.
Can we get you like a coffee maker?
No, because I take like 2 sips during the whole show. Like I barely even. It's just like something in the morning.
Do me a favor. Next time you go out, okay, get this and get a thing of half and half, please. Simple. Just pour it into the cup. That's it. Throw a little half and half in it. You're good.
Yeah, I'm not even a coffee guy, but it's instant. It's quick. It's efficient.
I mean, instance for Amit.
All right. So how did we even get to instant coffee? I don't even know how we got.
You wanted to show me what you've been doing in the morning. Instant coffee.
So what do we have to do next week? Tomorrow's Friday.
Well, next week we have some work to do, you and me.
We have the Robinhood event on March 4th.
You have the Robinhood event. I don't have a Robinhood event.
You want to invite? I can get you an invite.
No, I think I'm going to stay home and stream.
I mean, if you want to come through, I think Vlad would love to meet you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but you know what? I think I'll pass.
Why don't you like Robinhood, bro? Why are you so...
It has nothing to do with that. I want to be surprised.
I feel like you just hate Robinhood.
No, when I see you, I want you to tell me all about it and how awesome it was.
Okay, Monday you have ASTS, Credo, Archer, Big Bear AI.
I'm sorry. That's hilarious. Steve's fake Amit newsletter doesn't take the day off for the dentist. I'm renaming it instead of the Alpha Angle. I'm going to rename it to the fake Amit newsletter.
Dude, I don't get how someone can just automate their friend out of it. Like, imagine texting your friend, be like, hey, I've vibe coded a new version of you, and so we don't need to talk anymore. Like, that's just fucking...
Can I show you the freaking advancement I made?
You want to show me how you replaced me?
Yes.
I mean, I can't stop you.
Since that's what you're saying, I did and I didn't. But anyway, I did all this stuff today, right? In this, like all this stuff. So now it stores my previous editions. Okay. I can read it. And when I read, I can read out loud and I have all different voices to read to me.
See, this is why you automated me. You can have some sexy French lady read you the morning news. Like, it's never going to work with me. Like,
let's see if you can hear it.
No, can't hear it.
No, I don't want. Who's that? Hold on.
Yo, yeah, you're gonna find a way to train it on my voice, and then boom, now I'm definitely gone.
Yeah, I gotta find which voice I like, but I was gonna try to get like Darth Vader to read it to me, but I figured that would be like some type of freaking patent.
But like, this is what's happening. This is how the world is going. Because I'll never be as smart as the LLM. I'll never be able to consume as much news as the LLM.
Dude, and you can export this as a doc. I mean, they did a good job on all the information they got me from all the stuff I wanted. It's really interesting what I was able to build.
Yeah, you have to add in AI. You have to add in 5% mispronunciations as well.
Well, I need to train the voice thing. But no, it's interesting. And then you ready for the fake Camillo? You ready? Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Let me see this. It's a video or?
No, I made a fake Chris Camillo. So I basically gave it his X profile. I had it watch a video on, I had an agent. I built an agent in here to learn how he thinks, watch a video on his investment methodology, and gave him his social media and a bunch of other things. And then I did a whole bunch of stuff on the back end, but I can run now a social arbitrage scanner with it using It aggregates social signals, retail sentiment, institutional flows, and consumer trends across 7 data sources that I selected, applying Chris Camillo's social arbitrage framework to surface investment ideas Wall Street hasn't priced in yet.
I mean, this shit's going to get better and better and better.
You want me to run it for you?
It's just going to run a general scan of the world.
No, it's gonna. I have it doing Wall Street bets.
Oh, so it's going to give us a ticker that we should look at?
Yeah. Seeking Alpha, Bloomberg, CNBC, and 13F fund filings. I have it scanning, then running the social arbitrage analysis with Claude. And it's going to spit out like 7 or 8 things.
That's crazy, dude.
And I am a moron when it comes to building shit like this.
The UI looks pretty decent too.
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. I think the UI for the other one I built sick. So it'll take a couple minutes, I think. But yeah, this is the worst it's ever going to be also.
Yeah, this is definitely becoming the future. Hopefully March can be a better month for like large caps and the S&P, but who knows? Maybe we need a breakdown in March because we didn't really have the breakdown in February. I mean, like we had it in SAS, but maybe we need one more flush out. We have a lot of catalysts in March, especially GTC. Also, crypto. This, we talked about. I don't know if you kept up with Jane Street, but maybe there's some manipulation that's getting out of the system that can help the crypto companies. I feel like March could be, but this Iran war shit could,
What do you think the chances of that happening are? I was talking to somebody today.
It's greater than 50.
They think oil is going to spike to 90.
Okay, I don't know about that, but it's greater than 50, dude. Like when you listen to a Rubio and all these guys, they absolutely do not want Iran to have a nuclear weapon, and Iran's like, we are going to have a nuclear weapon.
They just said high for ASTS and Rocket Lab, medium for Global X, Copper Miners, Nebius Group, Celestica, and Reddit, and then avoid Oracle, Microsoft, and IONQ.
This is really cool, though. Like, I don't know how legit this is, but if it actually can go deep and say, like, 1 million people are talking about Nebius online.
Yeah, so and you click in and it gives you the thesis, the social signals, the information, catalyst, risks. Like I spent a little bit of time figuring out what I wanted it to tell me.
Dude, that's actually really that could be an app on the App Store that you push and people use it,
I mean, I built it for me. I'm not looking to freaking.
No, I'm not saying you sell, but I'm just saying if someone wanted to
you
build something, I mean, you had to know no code to do this.
No code. Like I can go up and go through like all my stuff that I did for it. It wasn't even much. Like the other one was a lot. Like legitimately, I just that's what I told it to do.
That's one paragraph.
Yeah, that's legitimately what
we
I
are
told
so
it to
cooked,
do.
bro. We are so cooked.
We're so cooked. And then it just built everything. One command. That's all I did, and this is what it built.
Yeah, we're absolutely cooked.
Like, think about that. Think about how, regardless, and this is what I'll say, regardless if the information is correct or not, okay? The fact that I did one paragraph and it actually lets me run the scan and it comes up with all this stuff and it gives you everything, I mean, pretty freaking crazy. I'm sorry, that's crazy. And then look, when you go back to the fake Amit newsletter, like I started with this, and I mean, I refined it so many freaking times with this. There's incorrect data, formatting stuff. Like I did a lot of freaking stuff on this. Like a lot.
And you literally just talk to it. You didn't have to fucking learn Python or C or anything.
Yeah. So then I said, when I click on the article in the previous editions, I want the read aloud button next to export, and it moved it. And then can you make the voice be a female voice that is upbeat and doesn't sound like robotic? Can you give me a drop down of different female voices to select from when selecting read out loud? There are too many selections. I only want to select from female voices in the United States in the drop down. Like, and then you just click on this, and I'm telling you, it is freaking crazy how good this got with not that much work.
I mean, you replaced me, dude.
The Fake Amit newsletter, man.
There it is. I'm done. I'm cooked.
Cooked.
Placed it.
And in all seriousness, it does look pretty good. Looks professional.
Yeah.
It may look nice. Took a little bit with the spacing and stuff to get it right, but looks good.
The only issue is, so this is good for a personal consumption. I do think people are getting tired of reading AI content. Like
100%.
even when I click on something long form, if I can't tell someone genuinely wrote this, I immediately just throw it away because I'm done with reading the AI shit. So
yeah, I needed this for my briefing to make my life easier than clicking around on shit when I wake up.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's why I wanted it. Not for any other reason.
You could also just watch the show, but you know.
I'm already Amit, what time do you go live?
See, you don't even guys.
No, I know what time you go live. I want you to say it.
I've been doing this for 3 years. You don't know what time.
Yeah. What time you go live?
How do you not know that?
I know what time you go live. I want you to say it. And then what time do you finish? And who is in the office at that
Gaslighting,
time?
Bro.
When you are live, I am in the office. Once in a blue moon, I'm in your chat typing away.
Called AirPods.
Not when people walk into your office constantly in the morning.
Why are people walking into your office? Tell them to get the hell out. Like,
dude, people like walking into my office. I don't know why.
Dude, if I had an office and people kept walking in, I'd be like, it's my fucking office. Like, why?
No, you can't do that. Can't do that.
You can't do that. It's your office.
No, you can't do. Yeah, but I got to help people. People need help. People want to bounce ideas off me. People want to talk.
I'm just saying.
It's called collaboration.
AirPods are real.
They are real, but now, I mean, I've shown you my calendar. Like, you know that I'm in a lot of meetings. I get a lot of calls. Like, if I go, I will tell you this. My wife has your show going every day.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I got to talk more shit about you then. She'll laugh.
Yeah, she'll laugh if you do. She has your show on all the time. Her thing is she wants you to get the stats.
No, she's awesome. She's super dope.
I turn it on when I can.
No,
since she works from home, she has a little bit more latitude.
Yeah. And I know I'm just kidding anyway, but again, it is really cool to build something for yourself that makes you more productive. Because who knows, you might hear something on this newsletter that leads you to invest. And then you invest in something and it goes up and you make money because of this little thing you vibe coded. Like, and then we think about this in the enterprise and how many workflows are like, it's so much bigger than what it is going to be today.
Yeah. It made me, this weekend made me realize just how screwed we are. I've been talking about this for a long time. I'm very worried about the job losses. I don't think people are ready for what's going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years.
I agree. I still think there's some level of optimism that'll reign supreme, but
I mean, like, think about a company like Deloitte or KPMG.
Yeah, that stuff is, I mean,
like, you're telling me that you're going to need $500 or $1,000 consultants per hour?
Well, even the Open Door CEO, he said we canceled our millions of consulting contracts a year because they were telling us to just do stupid shit that we, the best LLM could tell you what to do to change the business around than McKinsey.
There's a lot of things that I am very worried about in the next 3 to 5 years. And Andrew Yang was onto something. Nobody wanted to listen to him. Everybody made him sound like he was a crazy person. But we're probably going to need universal based income.
Yeah. I guess time will tell. Time will tell.
Yep. All right. You want to call it? Been on for about an hour and a half.
Yeah, I got to wake up and, do stuff that you don't care about. So,
I mean, you need to wake up. You need to drink your instant coffee.
how do you not like it? This costs $5
Okay, because I buy coffee from Starbucks.
for $5, $7. You're wasting money, bro.
It's $4.30 for a venti pike
Every day.
Yes,
It's $120 a month. That's wasting money.
allow me to have one vice. Okay,
I'm just saying, you're wasting your money, dude.
I don't smoke. I don't drink. Allow me one vice, please.
I'm just saying, you can get some instant coffee. You're gonna be okay.
I mean, I do buy bags of coffee from Starbucks, and I make coffee here also.
I love that it's instant. I really do.
You know what? Next time we go out, you're going to get a cappuccino and enjoy
it. Umar says it's 4 a.m. here in the UK, still listening to you. That's so awesome.
That's heroic. That's heroic.
All right. So next week, Steve and I will be doing a big pod. It'll be out on Friday. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And yeah, that's the main thing for next week. We got some earnings next week, but that's the big thing. And we're entering March, third month of the year.
Got Oracle soon.
Oracle, Broadcom.
That's what I'm waiting for is Oracle. I need to see what the hell is going on with them.
It's 5 a.m. in Spain. You guys definitely didn't, if you're watching this, you didn't wake up recently. You probably were just up the whole night.
Yeah, you've been up the whole night.
You're probably about to go to sleep after this.
Oh, Uzi's here. See, Uzi knows what's up.
Yeah, that chicken
cappuccino after Patty's chicken parm hits nice. That's right.
It's 12 p.m. in Hong Kong. That's crazy. All right,
everyone. Thank you for being here. We will see you next week.
Hopefully, I won't be automated away. But
you can never be automated away, Amit.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Later, everyone. Watch him in the morning at 8:45. That way he doesn't feel that he's getting automated away. Good night.